Spurt the Kobold, briefly serving as the guide to the Mighty Nine, led them down a tunnel of the Underdark, and then, as the Mighty Nine were chit-chattering, kind of went off ahead on his own and entered a big giant cave that had two frost giants fire giants. Now, Spurt is a CR 1/8 monster. Fire giants each are like a CR 9 monster. So he threw his bag of bees at one of them, and it did what you would expect a bag of bees to do. It just plopped down in this little bzzz, no effect whatsoever. And then one of the giants just smushed him. Spurt showed up for 15 minutes in an episode that was kind of very straight up to that point. So he was like this humorous interlude, I guess, for lack of a better term. So the fact that he was humorous, the fact that he wasn't live there for very long, so you only got to enjoy him for a brief period of time, I think that won a lot of people over. And then Chris Dupuis, one of the people who works on the creative side of Idle Champions, said, hey, this little guy, he's something. We can make something out of this. Do you mind if we take that ball and run with it? And then they made it. And then they had their little gifts that they did showing Spurt being smashed with the big hammer. And it's like, yes. Why do they fall in love with Spurt so much? Because he tries. You know, life has dealt him a cruel hand. He is a kobold who has never seen the light, and life down in the Underdark is a horror show for the most part. Yet, you know, he's managed to live 11 days and done pretty well for himself in that time. And he seems like an upright little guy. I think the fact that he's small, that he's unabashedly harmless, and that he's got all these fun little toys that can surprise and delight makes him an easy sell. There's just something kind of pathetic and likable about kobolds in general. Because they are on the absolute weakest spectrum of humanoid life. It's like you can't find a humanoid character really who's any weaker than a kobold. Weaker than a kobold would be a terrible insult.
Hey everybody. Before I get too far into it, I want to make sure I made a bunch of changes to our tech setup to try and adjust audio levels. And so I need you, chat, to tell me how loud am I versus how loud Jason is, because now would be a great time for us to get that sorted before we get too far into it.
I'm right here, and then if I'm going to sing, I'm going to sing like this. I'm going to sing like that. So how's that?
They say it's much better this week, so I think I found a sweet spot. Yes, yay me! I did something. So yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Welcome to episode 2 of Bardic Inspiration, hosted by somebody who's not important, but starring Jason Charles Miller. Wait, I pointed in the wrong direction because I'm facing the other way. I was looking at the wrong camera. We are going to attempt the audacious task of immortalizing the legacy of Spurt in song. However, before we do that, last week we were working on a song for Brunor Battlehammer.
That's right. And we finished it.
And we finished it. So before we dive into everybody's favorite kobold, sorry Deacon, sorry Meepo, but before we dive into Spurt the Kobold inventor, let's hear the Brunor Battlehammer song.
Okay, now this song is pure rock. So imagine, pure 70s rock. Things are vibe. So here we go. Bruno Battlehammer, charging on the field, battle wave the banner. They know will never yield, so they run with the clamor, yeah. Bruno Battlehammer, ranks closing, but the whole line shatters. Hail of arrows, you can hear the clamor, yeah. Their lights can't hold against a king so bold. Making proud of the clans alone. Trying to ride, breathing fire. Remember, I'll swim there. So raise your hand to the greatest drawing king. So say we all. Ages fang, hammer of the gods, all the heroes sang. Gift for the sun and praise by his hand, yeah. Gone too grim, lifetime of searching was the doom of him. He sacrificed the night, the halls of more yeah. Boots can't hold it if you can come on. Make him proud, cut the road. Light it right, lead in fire. Lion Savior of the little hall. Remember, I swim there. So raise your hand to the greatest drawing king. So say we are. To the greatest drawing king. So say we are.
I'd hold up a lighter, but then I would get real wet real fast. But yeah, it was awesome. What do you guys think? Do you guys like it?
Cool. Ella likes it. Nice.
Oh, we're glad you like it. Yeah. You helped make it. We got a lot of good ideas last week. 2 weeks ago in chat last week. It all blurs together in an era of sleeplessness.
Episode.
Yeah, last episode. Got some good ideas. Got a number of really good lines, and so we're looking forward to seeing what we can do honoring the shortest-lived kobold with our a ballad for Spurt. That's what we were planning on doing, a ballad.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think a ballad's the way to go.
Yeah. So the Ballad of Spurt the Kobold. Well, where do we even want to begin? I mean, it's not like we can mine his backstory for tons of information, right? Like, he was clever for a kobold.
He lived 11 days.
Yeah.
Right. We know that.
Yeah. He met an especially gruesome end.
A giant hammer.
Yeah, getting his.
I love that you added that into the game itself.
Yes, yeah, that was it started as fan art on our end. We had a default kobold graphic because we'd had kobolds in the game as an enemy. And while we had brought Deacon Scalesinger from Neverwinter Nights into the game, Adam kind of just like quickly took the kobold and updated it to look more like the kobold inventor in the Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. And quickly put together an animation of him getting just pancaked that was fun on social media. And then people kept telling us that they wanted to see Spurt in the game, so that eventually happened. But in terms of I guess with the ballad, I mean, what do we want to do? We want to focus on his character because he was, the amount of characterization and depth that Spurt had, given the incredibly short amount of time that Chris Perkins played him, is really impressive. He made him immediately memorable. He was short-lived, but
did he mean for that to happen?
I don't know. So I mean, I wasn't in the room. My guess, watching the episode live, because it was Catherine and I used to sit down and watch Critical Role every Thursday. And life and baby got in the way, and we don't do that as much anymore. But watching the episode, it looked like, my guess was that Chris Perkins was there, like just in studio to film one of those interview shows with Brian W. Foster. the name of it's escaping me. I'm sure somebody in chat will remember it right away.
Vox Machina.
But I'm pretty sure
Oh, Vox Machina or
Tox Machina. No, not Tox
that,
Machina.
or was it? It was his other one, Between the Sheets.
Between the Sheets, that's it. So my guess is that Chris Perkins was there for Between the Sheets, and he was hanging out in the studio before he had to go catch his flight out. And in order to throw a wrench into the episode to make things more interesting for his players, Matt invited him to take over the role of an NPC, knowing that Chris Perkins, off the top of his head, probably knew exactly what that kobold could do. And so he came in and he just like had a very memorable, fun time very briefly, and then made a spectacular exit. So that was my guess. That's what it looked like as a viewer. I don't know if that's what was that was the case, but yeah.
Short Life, Big Heart. Storyteller Mars wrote.
Short Life, Big Heart. I like that too.
I kind of love that as a bridge, like short life, short life. Yeah. Short life, big heart. Never made it very far. Na, 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 na. Short life, that seems like a good hook, though.
I like it. Yeah. Let's do it.
Start with that.
So yeah, if you have suggestions, shoot them our way, because we start from scratch with this. It's looking like we're starting with more because Jason is very good at what he does and has lots of experience. But yeah, we're starting from square zero. Yeah. He goes a bit more far than his brother. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was one of the things. One of the vials, it's like a gourd or something, on his belt is full of the remnants of a green slime that had consumed his brother.
Man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. If I'd had it more together, I would have reached out to the critter who made the animation, like they hand animated Spurt's appearance, just taking the audio from the Critical Role episode, and asked them for permission to use it, to share it, just so that people could see it, because it was funny. But anyways, yeah. Where do we want to go with it?
Okay, what if it's from his point of view at first? It's like, I just turned 11 days. That's 11 days old. Putting kobold, like, how old is it in kobold years or days?
Well, the joke in the episode was like, how old are you? 11 days. Well, how long do kobolds live? About 11 days. So, but I just turned 11 is great.
I just turned 11. That's 11 days. But in kobold years, I'm an ancient. It's like I'm ancient dragon. Something.
But in kobold years, it's like I'm ancient dragon. Yeah. He was wise in knowing himself and being authentic, but if you asked him for his wisdom, he would have no effing clue what you're talking about, and he'd throw something at you. Yeah. Yeah, he had a centipede catapult that launches centipedes.
Yeah.
And a raccoon in a cage on his back.
There's so much good stuff. Got my raccoon on my back. Got my brother by my side. Ha ha ha.
Oh right, yeah, it's a skunk, not a raccoon. Right, yeah, it was, and they skunk.
I just turned 11 days old. Like mean, we'll refine it a little bit. Oh, but that's an ancient dragon to a kobold. So it's like, I just turned 11. Yeah, 11 days old. But that's an ancient dragon to a kobold. So then we got old and kobold.
Hey, Lauren, welcome. Nefarious. Nefarious is saying, please tell me I did not miss the Bruner song reveal. You did, but we will be playing it again. Yeah.
Or if we finish it, well, either way, we'll probably play it again. But you can definitely catch it on the VOD later.
Yeah.
But we want you here. Sorry, we already played it. Now we're on to the Ballad of Spurt.
Yeah. Spurt the Kobold.
And so, what was the name of the skunk? Stingy.
Pepe, I think, is what we put, which is like really close to Pepe Le Pew. So I don't know.
Who's Stingy then?
Oh, Stingy. That's the scorpion that's on the end of his stick.
Oh, Stingy. All right.
Yeah. Stingy the scorpion. I'll just put that stuff in the document.
That's ancient dragon to kobold. Got my brother by my side, sitting down. By my side, got my brother by my side. I take him along for the ride or something. He's along for the ride. Everywhere I go, along for the ride. The road.
My brother by my side, he was eaten by a slime.
Eaten by a slime. Everywhere I go, along for a ride. But I'm taking him along for a ride. Got my brother by my side. Hang on. Maybe I wonder if we could flip side and ride. So it's like he's my ride or die, but he already died, so I don't know if that.
Well, you could have it be like, taking my brother for a ride. He was eaten by a slime. Everywhere I go, he's by my side.
Yeah, this feels they're saying it feels like a country ballad for sure.
Yep.
We're asking what MS Snyder 84 asked what genre country ballad. I'm pretty sure that's where we're going with this one.
Yeah. It seems to be evolving into a country ballad.
Yeah. Brother by my side, he's eaten by a slime. Everywhere I go, just along for the ride. And then we go into this part. Yeah, okay. Everywhere I go, just along for the ride. No, 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 no. know what we should change? The whole thing should be from his point of view. Like he's dead. It's like someone. How about this? Someone cast a Speak with the Dead spell, and they get back to this country ballad.
Just this puddle on the ground in the Underdark. It was like, was that a kobold? Cast Speak with Dead. See what it says, and it performs the country ballad. Oh, that'd be great. That's great. I'm gonna put that in one of my campaigns. Oh. Sing with Dead, new Bard song. Yeah.
Brother by my side, he was eaten by a slime. Everywhere I go, just along the zone. Okay, so what do we do for that little pre-chorus there?
I mean, walking through the Underdark. I mean, he is in the Underdark, right?
Yeah, the song writes itself. Walking through the Underdark. Walking through the Underdark. No, no, no.
It's actually like, I like that because we do this part when he's talking about walking with his brother, and his we could have a whole other section to be about seeing these giants and thinking like, I'll deal with you, throwing bees at them. Yeah. He never knew the meaning of quit. Who cares what things mean? Yeah. 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 Walking through the Underdark.
What? Sorry, what? I mean, I know this might be like a little on the nose, but maybe that's okay. Walking through the Underdark, a hammer hit me very hard.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because it worked. Like if you're in ballad mode, it kind of works.
Or like fire giant hammer. A hammer hit me very hard.
Walking through the Underdark, a hammer hit me very hard. Your life big hard. Hey, watch us crack each other up.
Well, no, this is good because then for the chorus we could have "We never made it very far," and then "I never made it very far" later.
Okay, sure.
A hammer hit me, made its mark. Oh man.
I just turned 11 days old, but that's ancient dragon to kobold. Got my brother by my side, he was eaten by a slime. Everywhere I go, he's just along for the ride. Walking through the Underdark, a hammer hitting me very hard. Short life, big heart. It's funny because it kind of sounds like a Brad Paisley song or something. Because I know I heard a song of his one time about like talking about his kid growing up or something. We should pitch it. After this, we should pitch it to Brad Paisley.
Oh man.
They'd be like, never pitch us a song again.
They're like, I don't get it. What's an Underdark? Why did he get hit by a hammer?
Right. Well, I heard he's into nerdy stuff, so we'll see.
There are a lot of, I don't want to say closeted nerds because that seems like a derogatory way of putting it, but there are a lot of people who are not nerd presenting who are famous and successful.
Right.
You know, they're the ones who are like Stephen Colbert, who you knew he was a nerd because he would do like, you know, like Lord of the Rings lore offs with other people who are like Tolkien scholars, and you know, he wears it front and center. He makes no effort to hide it. And then there are other people who you hear about it afterwards.
Right. Yeah. Well, with him, I think he's actually come out about his nerddom.
Oh man.
You know, like he wears Superman T-shirts on stage and stuff, which is, you know, kind of, that's pretty mainstream nerd. But then, like, I know he's into animation and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Every time I think of country and animation, I think of that Sturgill Simpson Netflix thing from last summer.
Oh, dude, that thing's so. I mean, the videos that Sturgill Simpson has done for this new album.
Sound and Fury.
Yeah, well, all the anime videos and stuff.
Yeah, it struck me as he watched a lot of anime and listened to a lot of heavy metal, and is like, I'm gonna make an album right now.
Hey, you know what? Fine.
And that's not a complaint. I loved it because, like, I wouldn't say that I'm regularly a fan of his music, but I thought that album was amazing and I loved it. I listened to it a ton. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that album is awesome. I wonder if we tag it like at the beginning and the end, so it's like we will do like short life, big heart, we never made it very far. Your life, big heart. We just have to have something really good, and we have to have something really meaty here in the middle. Your life, big heart. Yes, Storyteller Mars, you are contributing. Thank you.
Kobold Brothers on the March.
Ooh. Come on.
Or Kobold Brothers on their last march. Because, you know, let's make it depressing too, right?
Of course.
It's got to be both funny and gut punching.
Maybe a couple more syllables in there somewhere. Kobold Brothers on their last march.
Um,
Someone says, I feel the last line should be the last things he yells. What did he yell?
you dead. You dead. That was his last line. Yeah.
It might not work for the rhyme scheme in that spot. I don't know.
What's the sense in growing old? It's not co-timid, it's co-bold.
Ooh, that's good.
And before the hammer went through my head, I gave out my fearsome battle cry, you dead.
Kind of works.
Yeah. Last thing he said was you dead.
Oboe, that Lauren, why did I just call you Oboe? Because I saw it first. Lauren, that actually is really good. That could work in the bridge, maybe. You know, like a little channel. Before the hammer went through my head, I gave out my cry, you dead. We'll figure it out. I Short life beyond, never made it very far. Come on, brothers, let's see. Kobold, I'm just trying to get that one line.
Short life, big heart. We never made it very far.
Maybe we don't need to say Kobold brothers. Maybe we just say brothers. Brothers together and not on their final march. Because then it sings better, you know. It's like brothers together, brothers together for their final march. So life behind, so life behind. Never made it very far. Brothers together for a final march. our final march. I'm going to change that. On our final march.
Oh man. All right.
I don't know. I want to get it a little. I want to get it a little catchier.
I mean,
Something. Oh, go ahead.
I know I was gonna say like that line could be the one that gets changed each time you do the chorus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if let's say we're doing this narratively like a book. At this point, he's just heading out with his brother. So this is before he meets his end. This is before
his brother becomes slime.
Well, we've already got the line, got my brother by my side, he was eaten by a slime. But like, maybe that's what we do is we change it up. So it's like, I just turned 11. I guess his brother's probably already been dead for more than a day at that point. But
what if, okay.
Oh,
so I wanted to say something about walking hand in hand.
yeah.
But what if we said walking hand in slime?
Walking hand in slime.
Yeah. Brothers walking hand in slime. On our final march. Short life, big heart. Because then I wanted to have like a longer line. So brothers walking hand in slime on our final march. Short life, big heart. What do you think of that? Hand in slime? I mean, luckily we already said he was eaten by a slime, so we know.
Yeah. Walking hand in slime on our final march.
11 days old, that's ancient dragon to a kobold. Got my brother by my side, he was eaten by a slime. Everywhere I go, it's just long for the ride. Walking through the dark, a hammer hit me very hard. Short life, big heart. Never made it very far. Oh, love's walking hand in slime on our final march. Short life, big heart.
Alrighty, where do we want to go with it now?
Well, I mean, why don't we talk about Stingy and Pepe and
Yeah.
everything?
Do we want to have the I just turned 11 days old thing in there again? Before we do like, and then just changing the other 4 lines?
No. I think let's go further. Na 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 na. I mean, it can be the same sort of verse structure per se,
Yeah.
but oh yeah, exactly. MS Snyder. There's what happens a lot in like certain country ballads too is that good point. Is they often either repeat a piece of the first verse at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
So like we could do, so then we could, after when the whole song's done, we do the third chorus or whatever. It's like, you know, your life, big heart. I just turned 11. You know, just that.
Yeah.
And then the song ends or something. 11 days old.
A single tear runs down your cheek.
11 days old. Hey, by the way, I am playing. I don't know if I played this guitar 2 weeks ago or not, because so this is a P3D guitar, and it's by Takamine. But the cool thing about paint, like, so what I was having an issue with is on a lot of my other guitars, they have a shiny finish.
Yeah.
Right? And this one has like a matte finish, so that the light that's in front of me, so if I grab like a guitar with a shiny finish, for example, and I'm streaming, you can kind of see everything. You can see the light.
Oh yeah, the glossy. You can see the reflection.
And you can see the fact that I'm in my guest room, and like that there's like a pile of laundry on that bed right there.
Yeah.
But if I'm playing the guitar with the matte finish, you can't see that. So,
Secrets of the trade. This is also why earlier when we were getting ready and I was looking at the glare on my forehead, I was like, oh, this is why people wear that makeup that like dulls the reflectiveness of your skin so that it doesn't reflect as much light.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, like that's why there's a television business and makeup artists. And yeah.
I never have to. Oh, good. Yes, exactly. I think everyone uses their guest room to pile laundry, don't they? Maelstrom.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not going to pile it in your room.
No, yeah, everyone uses my guest room to put their laundry.
Yeah.
That would be really strange. Hey,
People
everybody,
just
come on
popping
over.
by every once in a while.
But yeah, but everyone, it sounds like, uses their own guest room. Now I use it to stream because
Because we're in a streaming world. I mean,
we are.
I never used to have a streaming setup at home, and now I kind of do. It's
Yeah.
we are in the era of distancing calls, and it's strange. I also find it. I don't know if you find this, but I find it tiring in a different way as well. Like if you spend a lot of time doing Zoom calls, it's kind of exhausting in a way that sitting down with your friend and having a beer on a patio isn't. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah, it's weird. I'm sure it's weird for a lot of people. I'm sure it's weird for just about everybody.
Yeah.
I guess the only slight bit of normalcy is for those of us who were streaming already. You know what I mean? That we have that we're sort of used to it a little bit.
Yeah.
But a lot of the streaming that I used to do was show up at this location and stream, rather than stream from your place. Although some were remote.
Yeah, because I remember at one point Sirens was being done in a studio, right? Like they had a studio set up for it.
Yeah. But the ones we've done lately, of course, have been remotely.
Mhm.
Brothers walking hand in slime on our final march. Sure life been hard. Trying to think of cool, like just a little ballad thing to do at the beginning. I just turned 11 days old. That's ancient dragon to a kobold. Got my brother by my side. Yeah, he was eating my slime. everywhere I go, just along for the ride, walking through the dark. A hammer hit me very hard. Short life, big heart. Never made it very far. Brothers walking hand in slime on a fire march. Short life, big heart.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Should it say "Got my brother in a jar by my side"? So it's like "Brother in a jar by my side" on our final march. Or "My brother in a jar by my side."
I don't know. I think it's.
I think it works as is. I'm not saying we should change.
I think it works as is because we know he's in a jar, right? So then it's funny when you go, "Got my brother by my side. He was eaten by a slime, and everywhere I go, he's just along for the ride." Like, so we know that
He's
like,
everywhere we.
got your brother's remains with you. I think that's.
Everywhere I go, he's a jar along for the ride. Yeah. Yeah. It's some interesting ideas. Bogart Ramshackle was talking about how the song is posthumously talking about taking on the fire giant, like optimistically, as if it wasn't, as if it was a tribute song by one of Spurt's relatives, or like a grandchild.
Yeah.
Yeah. A Ballad of Spurt sung by Deacon. Doom.
Or could this
Doom.
be? Hmm?
No, it's just if it was sung by Deacon, he would throw the word doom in it a lot.
Okay, so right now, yeah. So if we're taking it from the idea that he is someone cast Speak with Dead. What else can we say about his life?
I'm just gonna look up Speak with Dead.
You can ask 5 questions or something. Speak with Dead.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
Of course,
matter.
it needs to still have a mouth. So, for intents and purposes, he was pancaked, but his mouth is still intact.
He's just a mouth. He's just a little kobold
Yeah.
mouth.
You can ask up to 5 questions. It knows only what it knew in life. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy. Doesn't return the soul to its body, only animates. Cannot learn new information. Cannot comprehend anything that happened after it died. Cannot speculate about future events. So, if we're using Speak with Dead as the lens for this to look through at this, then it can't really be anything after up. It has to go all the way up to when he gets pancaked and nothing afterwards.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I like that. It gives us limitations too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, actually that's a good point. So Bogart Ramshackle is like, that brings in the number of things to me again. 5 questions, 11 days, no regrets. So we could have the next line be like, you have 4 more questions or something like that. Like, ask me 5 questions, as if it is about from the perspective of a kobold that had Speak the Dead cast on them.
Why not?
Yeah. Ask me 5 questions and I'll answer what I can. Just going to put that in because we need something.
Keep in mind, Spurt not that bright. Yeah, I know. We're making him the most prolific kobold in history right now.
as he should be.
Maybe that's his special talent. Is that even though he's a low intelligent kobold, when he sits down to write a song, he's just like this amazing.
Just a savant, like
Yeah,
it's like with an unusually high vocabulary, and is very talented at it.
mm-hmm. Kind of like when in The Hobbit, when the goblins know like sword history of Gondolin.
Right. Yeah. When they spot the sword and they freak out because of how many goblins it's killed. Yeah.
I know that sword.
Yeah.
It's called Glamdring the Foe Hammer. Wow. The education system for goblins in the Misty Mountains is really good.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I know that, you could probably spot different types of guitar from across a store, or like, even probably from pretty far back in the audience. You're like, I know what that guy's playing. So like, it's conceivable to me that somebody could be so much of an expert in medieval weaponry that they're like, oh, that's such and such a blade over there. But the fact that they knew its name and its history was just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like clearly taught to goblins everywhere, I guess. About these two specific swords.
Yeah. In my 2 years on this earth, I aced goblin, like, weapons that have killed goblins throughout history or something, like, and they have the history for it, so it's just kind of like, what? Yeah. That was a little odd.
I mean, I appreciate it as a reader knowing the history.
Yeah.
And you don't think about it till much later that, wait, why would they know that? Like, maybe it's conceivable that the king would know, but not like everybody.
Yeah. Well, when they made the feature films out of The Hobbit recently, and I'm still kind of annoyed that they made 3, but that's a whole other discussion. But
that was really a money thing.
Yeah. I enjoyed watching the first one. Then I'm like, if it takes 2 more movies to do the rest of a 120-page book, I'm going to be real mad. And yeah.
For as amazing as the Lord of the Rings films were, which, a lot of purist fans of the books, myself included, consider it like a video highlight reel of what happened in the books, right? And so, and I even forgive Peter Jackson for sending the Lorien elves to Helm's Deep, because I felt like when you read the appendices, you know that the elves were fighting too. They were fighting in the southern part of the Mirkwood Forest, and so it's good that it showed, and you knew that they were involved in the War of the Ring in a smaller capacity. So it was good showing them in Helm's Deep to show that the elves were involved.
Yep.
In you.
It was good cinema.
I forgave him for that. The stretching. So you could have taken the Lord of the Rings books and made 6 movies out of it, or 9.
Oh yeah.
But The Hobbit was such a small book, and to stretch it out over 3. I mean, the third one was just the battle, which in the book I think is 4 pages long.
Yeah. Like the entire end of The Hobbit is like they've got there, they've defeated Smaug. Everybody's all like, yo, I want a piece of that treasure because I contributed to this, and everybody shows up, and like it's just kind of like it's kind of breezed over quickly. But I found that through all of them is like, for all the things that Tolkien described extremely well, battles were not one of the things he described in crazy amounts of detail or particularly well compared to a lot of other stuff. So,
right.
Yeah. Anyways, we're getting distracted from
from
the country ballad for Spurt the Kobold. Yeah.
Went from knowing. What if instead of ask me 5 questions, it's you can ask me 4 more questions?
Yeah.
You can ask me 4 more questions. I'll tell you what I can. tell you what I can. I'll tell you what I can. Kelsey 7 Gamer, I will definitely check that later. Thanks. I can't talk about other stuff right now. I'm just trying to work on the show here. But definitely, if you tweet it at me, I will totally check it later. No problem. I lived a long life for. Oh yeah, that's good. Ask me for more questions. Tell you what I can. I lived a long life for a kobold, but not long for a man. Not too long for man. How about not too long for man? Like in the old sense of like humans were man.
Yeah.
Tell you what I can. I live a long life for a kobold. Not too long for man. Right. I know what you're saying, Elf. Igris.
Oh yeah. Do we want to mention that they were with somebody? Well, I think if we mention anything, it'll be like had met some people or was with a party, but we're not going to get specific. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I'm actually kind of changing the structure of the second verse a little bit, because the first one we're going I just turned 11 days old. That's ancient dragon to kobold. And so this one asked before, so that's like kind of like 3 stanzas, and then in the second verse we're going 4, but I think that's okay. Ask me for more questions, tell you what I can. Live a long life for a kobold, not too long for man.
We could have it be like somebody who's in the Underdark speaking with dead, asking for directions. Like, oh, you just go this way, and then you take a right. Watch out for the fire dragons or the fire giants, or it'll be,
I mean, yes, Spurt is known because of them, not because of any epic thing he did, but in Spurt's mind, it's epic because of what he did, I think. Especially if we're speaking with him from the dead, right?
Yeah, he was leading the way and spotted the enemies first and launched a preemptive attack.
Fortunately, they spotted him as well.
Yeah. Glorious death for a kobold. Unlike Brunner, he actually made it to the halls of Moradin for how valiant his final stand was.
That's funny. Yeah. what's the other question?
It could be something random, like asking for directions.
Wow. You know what? Look at what Mason wrote.
Ask me 3 more questions. I'll tell you about my friends, or show you how to use my stick. This was stingy on the end. Oh, that's super good.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I mean, that's what this show is all about, right? Collaborative songwriting. What I would change is I might change the first line, because it feels a little bit repetitive if we do ask me 4 more questions, ask me 3 more questions, but maybe just something else bringing in, I'll tell you about my friends, showed you how to use my stick with stingy on the end.
Yeah.
Or, what if it's more ask me about Pepe. Ask me about Pepe, or ask me about Pepe, or I'll tell you about my friends and show you how to use my stick with stingy on the end.
Ask me about Pepe, or I'll tell you about my friends, show you how to use my stick with stingy on the end. That's back to 3, hey? Which makes me feel like we need to fix the one before it. Yeah.
No, I think it still works actually. Just ask me about Pepe, tell you about my friends, show you how to use my stick, stingy on the end. It's really actually the only one we possibly need to fix is the very first one. Because I got my brother by my side, he was eaten by a slime, and everywhere I go, just along for the ride. So I don't mind, I just turned 11 days old. That's ancient dragon to Kobold.
Oh yeah, okay.
So that's just the very first one. It'd be cool if he was like, "What are you asking me for?" Get out of here, hammer's coming through.
So like, what are you asking for down here?
No, I mean maybe no. Well, Oh yeah. Oh man. How about you can ask me? You can ask me about Pepe. You can ask about my friends. I can show you how to use my stick with stingy on the end. Yeah, that kind of makes sense for the verse now, because it's like, ask me 4 more questions, I'll tell you what I can. I lived a long life for a kobold, but not too long for man. You can ask me about Pepe, you can ask about my friends, I can show you how to use my stick with stingy on the end. So basically, he's like trying to guide the person who's asking what they should ask, like what he's willing to ask. I see. Like he's a super helpful kobold here.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So now we need Na, 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 na. The hammer hit me very hard. I'm gonna bold this chorus. Before the ham. Oh yeah. Here we go. Before the ham hit my head. Before the hammer hit my head. I cried out, "You're dead." I don't know if Lauren's still here or not.
She had to take off to do the tech for Todd's show on D&D Beyond, but she'll be checking this out later, I'm sure.
Okay, good. She definitely contributed.
Yeah. Before the hammer hit my dead, I cried out, "You're dead." And then we're back to the chorus.
You're dead. Yep. Try to get this all on one page. It's doing that weird thing. Can I move it down to its own page?
Oh, do you not have, you have a, oh, I know what you're dealing with. Yeah. So it's,
I can, sorry.
no, yeah, I get what you're trying to do.
There we go. Actually, I have it perfect now. Hang on. I think.
Yeah, I have this set up so I can grab it for the screen on the left. Yeah.
Want to try it so far? See what we got?
Yeah, let's do it.
I just turned 11 days old. That's ancient dragon to kobold. Got my brother by my side. He was eaten by a slime. And everywhere I go, just along for the ride. Walking through the underdark. The hammer hit me very hard. Short life, big heart. We never made it very far. Brothers walking hand in slime on our final march. Short life, big heart. Ask me 4 more questions. I'll tell you what I can. Live a long life for a kobold, not too long for man. You can ask me about Pepe. You can ask about my friends. I can show you how to use my stick, stingy on the end. For the hammer hit my head, I cried out, "You're dead." Short life, big heart. Never made it very far. Brothers walking hand in slime on our final march. Short life, big heart. So now we need a bridge, I think. Oh, and is it "You're dead" or is it "You dead"?
I think he said "You did."
Okay, I guess autocorrect connected it to "You're dead."
Well, yeah. It was no, that was just me. I'm like, "Your Dead will probably sound better than You Dead when you're singing it."
No, I know, but we got to have the quote's good.
Yeah.
I think it's better.
I was actually
You dead.
the whole time I was sitting there. I'm like, I just turned 11. So he's like, he said how old he is, and he said that that was his brother. So I think it's actually asked me 3 more questions, not asked me 4 more.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah. Because he's kind of answered 2.
What do you guys think so far?
Yeah. Thoughts, opinions? Oh man.
Cool. Na, 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 that big house. Oh yeah. Okay. So I think what we should do is what's cool is when it seems like a lot of these ballads they'll cut right to a bridge. So it's like at the very end of the chorus, rather than go back to this D. So it's like, show life big heart. Show life big heart. Na 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 na. Na, 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 na. You know, something like that. Yeah, no, it was definitely a hammer hit me very hard, but I'll make sure to overpronounce that so that there's no confusion.
My father hit me very hard. Eee.
I mean, kobolds, I don't know, but
Yeah, we're definitely not trying to.
yeah, we're not trying to bring up any bad thoughts. I'm just gonna think of the chords here. And then of course we'll have the breakdown. Never made it far. We call that the diamond in Nashville. They call that a diamond.
A diamond.
When you do the chorus, sort of broken down here, where like the band cuts out, and then it's just like an acoustic guitar and the vocal, or just like a piano and the vocal. They often call that a diamond.
Huh.
See, you're learning all sorts of stuff, Dylan.
Yeah, I mean, it's all new to me. I mean, I've never been to Nashville, so.
It's fun. I've been there so many times. I like, because there's just so many great songwriters that live there and work there. And the culture of songwriting in Nashville is so very like, okay, we get up at 10 o'clock and our first meeting is at 10:30, and we write a song from 10:30 to 1, and then we've got an hour break, and then we write again from 2 to 5, and then by 6 I'm fishing on the lake. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's very cool, like how disciplined everybody is there too. It's crazy.
I imagine that's part of the culture that's grown with, so many musicians coming from there. And then because so many had come from there, more and more go there to kind of like Hollywood and actors.
Yeah, it's definitely the music capital of the U.S., I would say. And every style of music is produced there these days too. cool to have. I mean, I think we've got time to get them. If we had like 4 more lines, then I think we'll get the song.
So like a 4-line, you said you wanted a bridge though. So like a 4-line bridge, or are you wanting to do another part?
Yes, I've heard awesome things about that that Robbie Robertson documentary. By the way, I need to watch it. But yeah, I know a lot of, for me, it's now that I've had a smartphone for the last however many years, I'll just write things in my notes section all the time rather than have a notebook. It's kind of nice to just have your phone, or I'll sing stuff into my little recording program. I'll hear something and be like, oh yeah, no, throw that melody in there for later or whatever and go back to it. It's really, really helpful. They say that Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones woke up in a hotel room alone. His story about how he wrote the song Start Me Up is that like he woke up in a hotel room not remembering where he was, but there was a tape recorder next to his bed, and he hit play on the tape recorder, and it was the riff to Start Me Up.
That was there, really?
And he was like, well, I must have come up with this last night, and he didn't remember it or anything. How funny is that?
I mean, I imagine there are a lot of days Keith Richards has woken up and not known what happened the day or night before. Yeah, but that's to think about a riff that iconic being one that like he didn't remember doing. He just woke up and he had already recorded it.
Yeah. That's
oh
great.
Man, great story. Oh, that's crazy. Huh. Okay. So we need another 4 lines.
Yeah. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Let's see. So, what other notes do we have here? What if the bridge goes off a little bit of what we know about him, and maybe it's about kobolds, like in general, or what was his
He's an inventor.
He was an inventor, right? Yeah. So what did he invent? Do we know?
Yeah, he invented the centipult, which is a centipede catapult.
Oh yeah, maybe we can list off a couple things like don't forget to ask me about the centipult.
We've already got a line about the stick with stingy on the end, but that's the direction we're thinking. Supli 215, Supli. Yeah. It'd be funny if he's been, they've used Speak with Dead on him, and they're trying to get useful information about like, what killed you and like how do we avoid it is probably what they're asking, and like he's not going to know that because he only knows up to when he died. So he doesn't really know it because he didn't really grasp the situation he was in when he was killed, but he just can't stop talking about his inventions.
Right.
Yeah, so like
Prince Guinevere, we have a line about the scorpion on the stick already.
Yeah. I don't know. Actually, you know what? They probably just can't see it because I haven't scrolled down far enough.
Oh, okay. Oh, the bag of wasps. That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, the bag of wasps. That's a good one.
Is it a bag of wasps or a bag of bees?
I think it's wasps, actually. Let me double check.
Centipult? Is that what it's called?
The centipult, yeah. Yeah, it's a bag of wasps because he does he gives waspiration. I don't know. So I guess if we want to tie it back to the game a little more, and part of me thinks we probably should try. He is at his most useful for everybody when he's passed, because he inspires. Like the power of his legacy is that he continues to inspire people after he dies. So I'll tell you about the centipult I made. Yeah.
Um,
And the bag of wasps I threw like a grenade.
That's perfect. Bag of wasps I threw like a grenade. Yeah. That's okay. You can look back and see. Okay. And then maybe this is where we talk about let it inspire you. You know, let my death inspire you
On your crusade.
on your crusade. That's great.
Just try not to make the mistakes I made. Oh man, this room stinks like Lysol. Oh. I get so tired of that smell. I'm glad we live in an era where we're keeping things hygienic, because like the idea of how dirty some things were before is pretty gross. But at the same time, I get real tired of the smell of cleaning products. You know, like
Right.
like
Yeah.
everywhere you go, it just reeks like it. I've always been somebody who's sensitive to scent, so yeah. Let's see. Bag of Wasps I threw like a grenade. Let my death inspire you on your crusade.
I threw like a grenade. Inspire your crusade.
Are we fixing to create an album of folk
One
music?
more line that's shorter. What's that?
Oh no, I was reading chat. Somebody's asking if we're fixing to create an album of folk music. It's like, this is a country ballad, sir.
Yeah.
The last one was a rock song in the traditional style of, you know, like Blue Oyster Cult or something.
This one?
No, the last one.
Well, yeah, the last one was definitely like Blue Oyster Cult or Deep Purple. And then this one is like, I would say, early 2000s country ballad.
Apparently, there's a filk with an F-I-L-K.
Oh, filk music. All right. You know what? I'm Googling it.
I'm curious. That's a thing?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Musical genre tied to science fiction, fantasy, and horror fandom. Okay. All right. I get it. I suppose, but you could say generally it'll be like it is filk music, but every genre I think changes every time we create a new song. No, I mean maybe I'm the obtuse one for not knowing the
What filk music is? Yeah. I thought it was a typo, so I'm like, oh, folk music?
obtuse, right?
Yeah, because I and O are right beside each other on the keyboard. So, yeah. Let my death inspire your crusade.
We just kind of need like a even a shorter line. So da na 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 short line, big heart. Because we're going back into the last
Yeah.
chorus. Crusade is very complicated for a little kobold, but so are a lot of the other words we've been using with him.
Yeah, I wouldn't describe him as the most educated and verbose of characters.
Bag of wasp, I feel like a grenade. Let my death inspire your crusade as you wander on your way. What if it was that quick? As you wander on your way.
I like it.
Short life, big heart. Let me try it. Let me try this whole thing. I think we might have it. This one's even more complete than the Bruno song, technically. Hold on, I want to make it so I can see it all on one.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah.
Scroll. I think I can.
My brother by my side, he was eaten by slime.
How can I? Here we go. All right, you ready to give this a try?
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm gonna record this. Give it the full reverb treatment. Hello, and I'm definitely loud enough now, as far as we know.
That was the impression I got, but let's just double check. Maybe do a little thing. We want to make sure that this is captured in all its glory for everybody. Yeah, they say that you're coming through fine. So
Great.
the setting I found that hadn't been adjusted last time seems to be heavy knit. I'm going to mute myself for your performance.
All right, here we go. The Ballad of Spurt. I just turned 11 days old. That's ancient dragon to kobold. Got my brother by my side. He was eaten by a slime. Everywhere I go, it's just along for the ride. Walking through the underdark. Hammer hit me very hard. Short life, big heart. We never made it very far. Brothers walking hand in slime on our final march. Short life, big heart. Ask me 3 more questions, I'll tell you what I can. Lived a long life for a kobold, not too long for man. You can ask me about Pepe, you can ask me about my friends. I can show you how to use my stick, stingy on the end, before the hammer hit my head. never made it very far. Brothers walking hand in slime on our final march. Sure life, big heart. I tell you about the standing upon our veins. Like a wildfire through like a grenade. Let my death inspire your crusade as you wander on your way. Short life, big heart. We never made it very far. Brothers walking hand in slime on our final march. Short life, big heart. I just turned 11 days old.
Wanted to give a good pause before I talked again so that it can get clipped without me being like, "Oh, that was great," before you finished. Reminds me, like, you ever find yourself listening to the radio and the host, whoever it is, their talk break either goes into a song or starts before a song is finished, and you're just like, oh, because like you're really into whatever you were listening to, and they just ruin it. So
Yes,
I was like consciously trying not to do that. Anyways, people seem to like it. It seems to be a hit.
Awesome.
Which is cool because we got a little bit of time, which means we do have time to perform the Brunner Battlehammer song.
Brunner song.
Yeah. And we also have time to ask people who they want to see next.
Right.
And so before I ask them who they want to see next, because I was just going to draw a bunch of names and do it, are we still wanting to reserve Dritz for a little longer? Or can we drop his name into the hat now?
Ooh, let's wait a little bit longer. Because I
Okay.
feel like we're getting into a groove now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want you and I and chat and everyone to have like a better rapport before we really get going on Dritz, just because that's so...
Okay.
And I'm super nervous to write a song about Dritz, I'll be honest.
It's fair enough. Being both the voice of Dritz and the voice of Dritz, so yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, if you're gonna do the Brunner song, I'm gonna mute myself again, and I'm gonna poll everybody on which champion to do next. So
All right.
I will do that.
Let me pull up the Brunner lyrics here. Bigger. All right, now that we've been working on a different song for the last hour and a half, hopefully I don't screw this up too bad. But here is the Brunner Battlehammer song that we wrote last episode. Brunner Battlehammer, charging on the field, that'll wave the banner. No one never yield, so they run with the clamor, yeah. Brunner Battlehammer, ranks close in, but the whole lot shatters. Hail of arrows, you can hear the clamor, yeah. Their lines can't hold against the kids on board. They can't cry out the cats alone. Tired deal. Sacrificing alcohol's a more deal. Kids can't hold it, kids on board. Make it roll, can't roll. Turn around, breathe in fire. Down and Savior of the little hall. Remember us when there, raise your head to the British Crown and Kings of Syria. Turn around, breathe in fire. Down and Savior of the little hall. Remember us when there, so breathe your air. It is strong and kings of Syria. To the greatest Roman kings of Syria.
Alrighty, poll launched. Switching things up. I was debating having the option to do Minsk or Boo, but your options for the next episode are Minsk and Boo, who was a second place to Spurt last time around, and then we also have Zorbu, Jamila, Caddy Bree, and Strad von Zarovich, just to change things up and see if one of our patrons deserves a song.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be a dark song.
Yeah. Yeah. Minsk and Boo's song just needs to be Minsk singing the praises of Boo, right? Well, yeah. I imagine that's what would happen with that. Anyways, this poll will be running for the next 5 minutes, giving ample time for everybody to participate in it this time, because I know I did it kind of quickly last time. So I just wanted to make sure that there was more than enough time for people who might not be paying attention or who are in the midst of finishing something or setting something up and they tab back or whatever. But yeah, episode 3 will be the winner of this poll, and Strad von Zarovich currently has 47% of the vote. So he's running away with it. So we'll see how that goes. And I will. I don't have a gothic costume anymore, but I will look for one to wear if we're doing a Strad von Zarovich
Well, I've got
thing.
a vampire coat.
Like a high collared. I used to have this really high collared black pleather long coat that I would wear to industrial shows in Seattle when I used to do cool things in my 20s, which is nothing like now. I don't have that anymore, but I'll find something. At the very least, I'll find a turtleneck.
Okay. Black turtleneck, at least.
Yeah, black turtleneck. I think I might have something like that. I don't know. I'll find something. Yeah, I can't do the pale makeup though. I did that once for a thing, and my skin doesn't like it. My skin doesn't like. I have like a freakishly soft skin that tans extraordinarily well, as you might expect of somebody who's Hawaiian. But it doesn't like anything on it, like chemicals of any kind. Doesn't particularly like sunscreen. Everything irritates it. So, yeah. I had at the beginning of last year when we did PAX East, I used the hotel body wash and ended up with a reaction to it that lasted almost 10 months. So, yeah.
Wow, 10 months.
It took a long time for my body to recover afterwards. Yeah, it's weird. I just have sensitive skin. It's crazy.
Wow.
I'm one of those people who has to travel with soap and shampoo. It's ridiculous. So,
Wow.
could be worse. I don't know. There are other issues. Let's see what everybody else is saying. I don't mean to be ignoring chat. I'm like actively watching the voting. Anyways, Ode to Irina. Well, that would be interesting. Yeah. There is a lot of depth and storytelling potential with a Strad von Zarovich related song. because like Ravenloft as a setting has been around since the 80s. Um, and there's Strahd is a complex character. I think that's one of the reasons that so many people like Curse of Strahd so much as a campaign, is that the entire domain of Barovia all relates to Strahd in some way. Everything, everywhere, in some way, all ties back to the main antagonist. I'm not going to call him a villain because from his perspective, he's correct. But yeah, God, we've been playing a Curse of Strahd campaign for years that actually went on hold because of the pandemic. It was the one that we played during lunch hours at work. And
wow.
I am very much looking forward to getting back to it because we have finally reached the point where we could attempt to go to Castle Barovia, or Castle Ravenloft, sorry. And I'm excited. I'm so excited for it. Every villain is the hero of his own story. Yes, I think that's something that is important for stories with good villains that you find really captivating and interesting.
Yeah, like very few, like I was thinking about that yesterday, even that, villains or just people that we perceive as villains in real life are their own hero, which is scary. It's just like humanizing and also scary at the same way.
Yeah. So it looks like we have a winner.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Strahd von Zarovich with 43% of the vote. I'm going to.
What's the rest of the? Can I see the other votes?
Yeah. I'm going to. So the second place was Zorbu the Ranger with 26%, Minsk and Boo with 15%, Caddy Bree with 9%, and Jamila with 7%.
Okay. Well.
Old Jam.
I've spoken.
Yeah. So
Strahd.
it's funny. One of the
sing in Transylvanian accent the entire time. That wouldn't come out so good.
Alrighty, just posting this in a thing. Vote for episode 3. And the other reason that I included him, so he's a patron in the game. You don't get to play as him, but there's a portrait of Spurt in the bottom right corner of the screen right now, and we have portraits of all of our patrons. So Strahd von Zarovich will grace our screen and allow us to do something pretty fun, I think.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, thanks for participating, everybody. Appreciate it. It's gonna make for a fun song, I think.
Lots of minor keys for sure. Beware.
Do you have a pipe organ in your spare room, or like what else do we have to work with? Dun 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 dun. No, sorry.
Yeah. I'll wear a Phantom of the Opera mask. At my studio, we do. So if we do end up recording these songs that we write on a more like complete level, I definitely have thousands of keyboard samples.
Awesome,
for sure.
Yeah. Do you ever like listen to a movie soundtrack or see a band and you kind of wish that you had samples for something in particular? Like you're like, oh, that's a sound I hadn't thought of.
All the time. Right?
Yeah.
I can't believe they thought of that. That's awesome. Like that's the creativity of using. I mean, that's sort of like early industrial music was called that because they sampled, like people banging on metal poles and things.
There'd be a 3-second riff that loops for a huge portion of the song. Make it like
probably a dude banging on a trash can,
Yeah, I was thinking about the what was it? The guitar riff that Gunter Schultz did for Godlike by KMFDM. Is that the one I'm thinking of? No, am I thinking of a drug? Whatever, one of their songs. Many of their songs are just looping guitars, though.
Right.
But yeah, good old industrial.
Yeah. Ministry too.
Einsterzad Neubauten. Yeah. I don't know if that's the spelling for it either, but yeah. Somebody's asking me about previews of this Thursday stream or the update this week. I can say that this week the update will be sending everybody further on their journey into the depths of the Nine Hells. which is not something you can say in every position, every job, but that's what tomorrow's update will bring. Yeah, in terms of everything else that's being worked on, we're still pretty tight-lipped on it, just because we're working on quite a few things right now, and we are very much looking forward to being able to share them. Do you have anything that you want to shout out, share, plug, etc.?
And so every Monday night at 7 on my Twitch channel, which is just my name, Jason Charles Miller. There it is. I do a show called Miller's Music Mondays, and I'm starting to have guests. So we do it kind of Nashville songwriter round style. And so I'll play a song, and then my guest will play a song. I'll play a song, my guest will play a song. And it's getting, it's just really fun, and we tell stories back and forth. It's usually people I know or somebody I have a connection with, whether I wrote a song with them or toured with them or something. And so yeah, that's at 7 Pacific on Monday nights, and then of course it's available on VOD also. So that's what I'm up to, besides all the other stuff I'm up to. But as far as like Twitch specific, so I'm there on Monday and here on Tuesday.
And we're excited to have you. I think this is a lot of fun.
I love it, and I love the participation from chat. I think we used like a whole line this time from somebody.
Yeah, I think we used some exact lines even. You know, people contributing. So it's been a lot of fun. And I also I'm a big fan. Like the beauty of a platform like Twitch is not just the broadcasting aspect, because people can watch content in a bazillion places. You know, you can, whether it's on TV or YouTube or what have you. But having chat participate and being able to actively participate in something that they're watching live is pretty cool, especially in an era where we're not going to live shows so much in most places. It's something that is absent. So being able to have that participation is, I think, really important. So I'm a fan. Yeah. Well, you know, we're 10 minutes from the hour. I'm just trying to think of what do we want to do in the interim? Do we want to? I know there are probably some folks in chat right now who didn't catch your Xanathar song.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, we could probably do that to close it out, and then
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Somewhere here. Just don't want to screw it up and see the wrong note. So let me just look through these notes really quick.
Yeah. No worries. Yeah. Because the fact that you even have a song for the Xanathar is awesome. And I've only heard it the one time. I really liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wrote that one for Sirens because I love it when we're sort of encouraged to do more on a stream than just RP, so actually I'm like, oh, I need to prepare some songs. And what really got me started on that was I was on a show on Geek and Sundry hosted by Ivan Van Norman called Foreververse, and Amy Vorpal, who's now the DM for the Guild D&D stream, which is really fun. I realized, oh, you're a songwriter, I'm a songwriter too. Let's just start writing songs about what happened in the show every week. And then we ended up writing 20 or 30 songs. We would just push each other to keep writing, and put out a whole album of that as well. So, anything's possible if you want to do it. I guess, I don't know. I didn't want to say anything's possible if you put your mind to it, because that just sounded too cheesy.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to be a truck when I grow up. It's like, no, man, that's actually not possible. Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Now I want to be a truck. All right. So here, this is the Xanathar song called "I've Got My Eye on You." I met a Brungin Gauntlegrim who tried to win a bet, but then the drow who clearly won turned him into his pet. I met an orc from Glimmerwood, his future was so bright, but then Oh, but then he met an ogre mage and knew him with a fight. But then I met the one who told me that I could go far. That young and handsome bold beholder known as Anathar. And he said, I've got my eye on you, I've got my eye on you, I've got my eye on you, I've got my eye on you. I met an old Snakewood and I really liked his shield. But then he met a cavalier who didn't like to yield. It seems that every path I cross is written with a curse. But every time I come out fine, so I guess it could be worse. But then I met the one who told me that I could go far. That young and handsome bold beholder known as Anathar. And he said, I've got my eye on you, I've got my eye on you, I've got my eye on you, I've got my eye on you. I've got my eye on you, I've got my eye on you, I've got my
Awesome. I'm clapping. I don't know how good it'll sound coming through the mic, but yeah, that's great. I just wanted to take a second to thank everybody for joining us today. Has been the second episode of Bardic Inspiration for Tuesday, July 7th, 2020. We are more than halfway through the year. We're going to make it to the end. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you for participating in the Idle Champions and the Dungeons and Dragons communities. You guys are awesome. Thank you for helping us write music. This show exists because of a number of really cool people. First and foremost, because of Jason Charles Miller, who is here to perform and is basically the linchpin that makes this whole concept work, as well as our co-producer / moderator Jay, the always irreplaceable Erica, and our friends at D&D, Greg, Bart, Pelham, Allison, Shawling, and Lisa. Take care, everybody. Stay safe, and we will catch you tomorrow. I believe the next show coming up will be Mars's Guiding Hand tomorrow at 1:00 p.m. Pacific. So thanks, and have a good afternoon, everybody. Cheers.